Look, it's no secret because people are seeing it. We are going through a quiet period at the moment, but this is the paranormal, and sometimes people need to understand that. I think us as a team need to understand that it's not always going to be ridiculously active in this building, but we are blessed by the things that we are capturing here. It's unlike any other location I've ever worked in. It's happening in waves, and it's constant on a weekly basis. We've not gone a week where nothing's happened. We barely go 3 days without something happening. And last week we captured the sound of a baby crying, clear, direct voice phenomena, which is some of the strongest I have ever heard in my life.
When we say this building's quiet, we're still getting voices. We're having more voices than we normally do now. And yet the footsteps, the big bangs have quietened down a little bit. So we have really quiet moments, especially when the guests first arrive for a couple of hours. I'm hoping this week's going to turn around a little bit. I know there's going to be a lot of energy in here tonight, so we'll see if that has an effect on everything.
So last week was a very quiet week, but even at my haunted hotel, as we know, a quiet week is not always as quiet as we think. We had the most amazing thing happen. The clearest DVP we have ever heard. A baby crying right here where I'm sat now. And in fact, as we're recording this footage is going viral on TikTok. We're getting thousands of views a minute on this video. What we caught here last week was incredible. Yes, it was a quiet week, but stuff keeps happening.
During the baby crying last week, on the footage you'll see one of my bar staff come up, Tom. Now he was blown away because it sounded like there actually was a baby in the room crying. It was really loud. He's been freaked out by it, and he's telling all the guests that are staying here now, and it's nice to him to have an experience like that so we can tell the guests exactly what happens in here. Now, it sent shivers up the rest of the staff spines at the moment. Mike, the head chef here, he doesn't normally go upstairs, but he wanted to show another chef that we're having on board shortly all the rooms upstairs. I think he only managed to go in room 1 and he got freaked out by it. He said he's been here with me now 5-6 years, and I think that's the first time he's been upstairs because he does really get freaked out. He sees shadow figures in the kitchen often, people knocking on his door.
It's one of the busier nights, so I really want to see if we can get these guys together a little bit more and cause a bit of a commotion in this building again. Last week was really quiet. I don't know whether it was to do with the smaller amount of guests we had per night, but this week we've got even more in, so I want to see if we can capitalise on that and make something happen.
All these new people coming in, they're all asking for the Hustler Burger, courtesy of Brett. The new menu should be going live next week. We've had a couple of design issues which took a lot longer than we expected with the menu, but should be ready to rock and roll next week, and hopefully you'll all enjoy the food.
Tonight we have Sue returning for her 100th time, it feels like, but credit to her, she is very involved in the history side of this building, and she has been at Chester Archives today doing full research. Now, this is something that we all needed to do eventually to try and find out that mysterious period between 1690 and the early 1700s. And she's found some interesting things. Take a listen to this.
Hi, I'm Sue, and I have been to this place about 7 or 8 times. I'm not sure. It's been that many, I've lost count. I'm literally obsessed with finding out the history of the place. I've been looking as far back as the 17th century, all during the Civil War, and yeah, I'm just determined to crack all the secrets of this place. At the local archives today, it did take some digging, and it is almost like this place was picked from the street for a good couple of decades. Like, there's just nothing on it. But I was able to sort of find something on a man called Richard Bridge, who possibly bought the deeds to this place from Randall Home III and the IV, but we're still sort of in discussion about that because there's a bit of discrepancy between the real deed that I saw today and an article that was published in a journal. I have desperately looked for something to do with the Charles, not a common name surprisingly at that time. I literally can find nothing to do with any Charles anywhere. This place has been one of the most difficult places I've ever tried to research, but I'm determined. and I don't like to lose at any sort of puzzle, so I'm going to keep researching, keep trying to contact people who can give me a hand, and yeah, hopefully the secrets will be revealed.
Last week's evidence has everybody talking, but there is one person who can give us a clear account of what's happened. Tom works in the downstairs bar, and he is still in shock by what's happened just meters away from him.
So last week I was coming up bringing the tools, and out of the blue I hear a baby scream. I heard Brett, Harry and Danny running out. I've seen a lot of stuff here throughout my time, but that was the most conquering thing I've seen. It was so clear and so obvious, it was mind opening. It's unexplainable. I've been thinking about it for a couple of nights now and I just can't think of an explanation. It's blown my mind, to be honest.
Our guests check in and are briefed before heading upstairs. We have decided to place them all at the front of the building due to recent activity. We attempt an experiment with Sue, which will see her stay in room 2.
She is going to be staying in room 2. Now, nobody has ever done this. There's only that single bed in there, but we do feel like she has enough experience and has worked with us now enough to allow her to spend time in that room, more so than we would let other people, potentially. So it'll be really interesting. We have someone staying in room 2 for the very first time.
I've known Sue for quite a while because she used to come on some of my investigations. She is a seasoned investigator. It is safe for her to stay in there, but I am concerned about room 2 still. I know you are. But look, most of these guys coming back tonight are returning guests. It is Lee and Emma's first visit, and they are staying in room 1. Gemma appeared in episode 2, and she is staying in room 4. What's your thoughts? Oh right, okay, that's interesting.
Loads of thoughts then, yeah?
Well, we're going to put the couple in room 1, aren't we? Oh, you cut me off guard.
I didn't know you'd ask me questions on camera.
The guests explore their rooms and begin their investigation, and the first hour seems quiet as usual. In the control room, we make a tactical decision to move Lee and Emma into room 5, whilst joining Sue and Gemma and moving them into room 6. What I'm going to do very shortly is I'm going to arm a REM pod in the function room because of the amount of activity that's coming through. I may put something in the brothel as well and just see if anything happens, because how many times have we sat here and something's just kicked off?
But even here, it seems really quiet in here tonight, doesn't it? We normally hear some disturbance outside, there's nothing.
No, it
Deadly silent.
It just feels very quiet at the minute.
Who's happening to them now?
Want to come and play? I'd like to call out to any of the ladies, the working ladies.
Okay, so I've armed a couple of devices, one in the red room here, which is the 360 degree motion detecting REM device. So as you can see, this is picking up on movement, and it also has the REM detector on it as well to measure any sudden disturbances. Over here, we also have a REM device on the floor because this is where we hear a lot of footsteps and a lot of movement. So if anything moves past this, you're going to get that as well. We're going to keep a close eye on it because obviously we are just through the control room over here.
It's quite cool to see people come in and kind of piece together what you see on the episodes in real life.
I think what we've done here now is we've got people in the right rooms. We have set traps in the function room, the red room. It's just now a typical case of staying patient and watch and wait. Half an hour into the session, we are about to capture one of the building's famous waves of activity, where a string of events take place within the space of 8 minutes. It begins with our motion sensor detecting movement in the function room, as you can see here, and our camera in the function room proves that there is nothing to cause the motion sensor to go off. Moments later, things begin to happen upstairs.
You knock on the door. Knock on the wall. Knock on the floor. Touch one of us.
Felt a knock under my foot.
Knock on the floor. Touch one of us.
What's 2 knocks then? Or 1 knock?
I sound like 2 little dun, dun.
Oh, Jesus.
Did it? Oh, he heard it, didn't he?
I don't know, the cuckoo clock was going off at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Suddenly, Sue and Gemma hear walking in the corridor, but our camera's audio does not capture this clearly. As they radio down to the control room, we instruct them to invite any entities into the room.
There's nobody there.
No, there's no. We're looking at it. Can we hear it?
It's not, no. We can't hear what they're hearing, basically. The camera's audio isn't good enough, but they are hearing movement. We're not capturing it.
Ask them to make their way into the room, ask them to open the door.
Did you knock the floor? Can you do it again for me if you did?
See that?
Oh,
Hello.
thank you.
Oh, the ball's going off by the doll now.
Yeah.
Alright, is things going to start happening? Are we going to get a wave?
You're welcome to come into the room. If you want to knock on the door, if you want to turn the handle, you're more than welcome to do that. We welcome you into the room. If you'd like us to open the door.
What the hell was that?
Just been a bang.
Oh! Where did that come from?
That's
At the door,
oh
no?
my god! Oh, this is nuts. We have our eyes on both cameras. They're both next to each other. I don't know whether you can see this. Both cameras here. We have the corridor outside room 6 and the guys in room 6.
If you'd like us to open the door.
What the hell was that?
This short wave of activity fades out, and it is time for our guests to visit the famous cupboard under the stairs.
My name's Gemma. This is my second time here now. The first time I was here it was quite quiet as well. I'm in room 4, which was really, really quiet when I first got in there. What about you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm Susan. I've been here, well, that's my second home, so I'm here all the time. I'm in room 2 tonight, and it was quiet again when we started off. But the lads got me and Gemma to go into room 6 together, and that was quite good. Gemma's got a good theory, and I think that was starting to sort of get stuff happening.
Yeah, which I'm not going to reveal right now. I'm just going to run it past the guys first. It's quite interesting with Susan's been doing quite a lot of digging with regards to the history of the place. So from what my theory is and from the history that she's managed to read upon today, it seems to fit quite well, doesn't it? So watch the space.
What happened? Well, we will say in room 6 we did have some good activity on cue. Gemma asked if the working ladies were walking and watching. That was right, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What we're doing. And we invited them into the room and to let themselves be known, and we got a really clear bang. Possibly the clearest bang I've had since I've been here. That sounded so wrong.
Evening all, I'm Lee,
I'm Emma.
both from South Wales. First time up at my haunted hotel. Enjoyed the experience so far. It started off fairly quietly, didn't it?
Yeah.
In our first room. Thought we had a few things coming through, but not too sure.
It was in room 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was room 1, yeah. Moved into room 5 and yeah, a few
responses on cat balls.
Yeah, a few things going off. Speaking to Billy in particular, seemed to be a few sort of responses through around with the door area, nothing much else. But
a couple of knocks.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. A few knocks,
and under my foot as well, I felt a couple of times something faintly.
Yeah, when the cuckoo clock went off, I think it was 2 taps just before. So
yeah, looking forward to
the rest of the evening. It doesn't seem too bad at the moment.
Feel quite
seems
comfortable.
quite calm. See what happens for the rest of the night.
Pooh! That was a gift.
That I've not eaten. I see you have attempted to eat yours though.
I've got to be honest. I like chocolates, but I was quite sickly that one.
Was it?
Really sickly, yeah.
Brett, why haven't you eaten yours?
I'm not hungry yet, I'm eating crisps. And I've just eaten a whole box of French fancies.
I've had 2 bags of crisps.
And I've had... What was that?
Did you hear that?
It was like a...
No, I can hear footsteps as well now.
Everyone's downstairs, right?
What the Now we are about to try yet another experiment that hasn't been done before, and this will prove our theory that white noise can indeed trigger paranormal activity. Alright, brand new experiment here, and I'm excited about this one. We have put them all into individual rooms at the front of the building. We have the Intravox pumping white noise down that corridor. This could get very interesting. We've designated Sue as the main calling out person.
Fingers crossed it works.
Can you tell us of a secret? We can help you. Who is coming? Who do I need to watch out for?
Watch carefully, as things are about to erupt on a scale that we have never seen before.
I give you permission to speak. What the hell's that banging?
Oh! Where's it? Oh my god!
Please tell me round 3, just not 3 times.
Sorry, hold on, we're having loads of radio messages.
Bear with us, guys. We've got too many things going on at once here. Someone else take a radio.
Everyone's coming through on the radio. We're hearing major banging going on here.
Am I speaking with a lady or a gentleman? Intravox just made the noise, don't know what it said.
I really like something coming through the Intravox there, I'm not sure what.
Something's watching.
Shall we play it back again?
Yeah, play it back. He's watching.
It's clear now, isn't it?
Who's watching? This astonishing and extremely creepy evidence has disturbed us all, and it is not the first time that we have heard a female voice say the words, "He's watching." But who is it that's supposedly watching us? The negative male entity? The famous shadow figure? Or something else entirely? We send Sue and Gemma downstairs to the bar with a full spectrum camera as Lee and Emma conduct an S-test session in rooms 1 and 2. Nothing comes through, but Sue and Gemma suddenly hear a huge, unexplained thud coming from the ladies' toilets.
Please tell me you heard that. That was around here.
Alright, so I've joined Sue and Jem downstairs. I'm going to let the coin decide who does the lone vigil in the ladies' toilets, where you guys believe a bang's just come from, and who's going in the cellar. So Jem, yes is toilet, no is cellar.
Yes.
Which means, Sue, you're going in the cellar.
That's fine.
Gemma uses the Alice DNA box, which is an ITC method, and over the next 15 minutes, this comes through.
Leave.
I'm not leaving.
We then join everyone together downstairs and conduct the Hertz frequency experiment whilst taking electromagnetic field readings, but nothing happens and things remain stable. We head into the old brothel and I use the full spectrum camera whilst we attempt to gain more evidence through the Intravox.
Is it your baby that we hear in here?
Right at this moment, the full spectrum camera has just captured something truly bizarre, and none of us are aware. As I then review the pictures, we notice this. Watch picture 147 again, as something seems to manifest next to Brett, and it only appears in this picture. I am currently taking one picture every 5 seconds. Now watch again the moment I take this, as things seem to be normal on our brothel camera. But when we look at the full spectrum footage, you can see some sort of black mass with an electrical current running through it.
Yeah, there's like literally no explanation for how it's manifested, how it's came onto the camera from each picture that was taken before and after. There's literally nothing there to explain what that is.
To me, thinking just pure movies, it's very much like in the movies how they would show like a portal opening. It's like this white electric line and then black sort of manifesting from it. But yeah, that's like
it's like a white line sort of flash on one of the pics that is not there on any of the others.
Do any of you have an explanation for what you're seeing there?
No. We've gone through every possibility of what it could have been. We've gone through each still, and there's literally nothing that could be a reflection of it. There's nothing blocking the camera. It's just literally there.
We push on with another session, believing that something was clearly present with us, and this pays off in a huge way.
Do you recognise this man here? Can you please tell me who the dark shadow is? Can you tell us what is happening upstairs? And if that lady did something to this building, that witch, she used witchcraft? Oh my book!
Direct voice phenomena, which is as clear as the baby crying that was captured a week earlier. This time, a female voice manifests in the old brothel over the white noise and asks, "Who are you?" This is what we deem to be an intelligent haunting, as this female entity is clearly aware of our presence, and this shocks us all to the core. Another standout moment at my haunted hotel.
And if that lady did something to this building, that witch, she used witchcraft? Oh my book!
We review this footage immediately, and everybody is amazed by this capture. And in the final half an hour of the investigation, our guests join together in room 5.
That is quite weird that I just did that and said that.
The REM
So I
pod's
just
just
take
gone off
a
outside.
shadow under the door.
Oh, REM pod.
Is that outside the doorway?
Yeah, I sent them up there and I said, put it outside by the clock.
Oh, so it's in the corridor?
Yeah, it's not in the room with them now.
Oh, okay.
The REM device, which is placed just out of shot by the door to room 5, is suddenly activated. Watch closely as the camera glitches at the same time. What is even more strange is that Sue claims to have seen a shadow under the door seconds before the REM device goes off. Moments later, something incredible happens.
Whoever that was outside the door, can you make that light flash again?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, that's on response.
Can we hear your footsteps again outside?
Being. Are you watching? Are you looking out?
Are you protecting us?
Being.
Who's John?
Is that you, John? If it was you, could you do it again? Thank you very much.
Are you guys getting this?
Sure.
Who's John? Oh my god, what's going on?
John, if that's you, can you knock on the door for us, please? Or make the light flash again?
You did hear that right. Everyone heard that?
Yeah. There's just been a knock on the door.
Oh, God.
That was on the door! That was on the door!
What a moment for our guests as they receive yet more intelligent communication, and as you can see, the corridor is completely empty and something clearly knocks on the door of room 5. This tops off what has been one of our most compelling investigations.
Oh, we found a great experience tonight. There's plenty going on in bursts, asking questions, getting the answers, lights going on.
Bangs, really loud bangs.
Yeah, knocking on the doors, bit of everything really, fair play.
I think for me it was the who are you when we was down in the brothel area. It was so clear. Yeah, that's
It took
really
us by
good.
surprise,
Yeah.
didn't it? We wasn't ready for that.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great place, and just been really good to share it with experienced people as well, because I've been newbies ourselves. It was really good to see things in motion that we haven't seen before really live.
And definitely recommend it for anybody to do.
The moment that scared me the most was the massively loud bangs when I was in room 2 and we were doing the Introvox, because that was loud. It was like it was in the room with me. And then speaking to everyone else, they were sort of saying it was the same. It was like it was in the room with them, which I think is just crazy.
I don't know. There's not like one part that goes, oh my god. I think they were all equally as just outlandish for me, because they all done it like their own individual way. Like, especially just now with the responses that we were getting, and you know, with the knocks on the door and then REM pod going off on request. I think that's probably, if it did have to pick one,
Yeah, it was
that
good.
would be it.
It was really strange. We tried to think of things like watches or jewellery that might have caused a reflection, and we just couldn't find anything looking from frame to frame, could we? It was just bizarre, and there was like a little indent on Brett's shoulder. And to me that, I know the line was strange, but the little indent on the shoulder was really strange, because that's difficult to just happen. Yeah, strange.
It wasn't a shadow. There was nothing black on the camera. Like, the movement from Brett wasn't even, it was so minimal from frame to frame that it can't even possibly be anything to do with him blocking out light or anything at all. It was literally just a black mass. It was just, the formation of it was just really weird, wasn't it?
Danny Moss, what a great night tonight. Some epic responses on the Introvox, as well as really weird bangs, the devices going off in the corridors. Don't get me wrong, long spells where it's been pretty quiet as well, but the evidence we caught tonight is being, I think, concrete. Definitely doesn't feel like a quiet night tonight. Guests seem to all loved it as well, so looking forward to Thursday now.
If you'd like us to open the door.
What the hell was that?
If that lady did something to this building, that witch, she used witchcraft. Whoa! My book!
Thursday night at my haunted hotel, and there is just a single room booked in ahead of the bank holiday weekend. For Harry, Brett and I, we were still on a high from Tuesday night.
Right, so we got some new additions to my haunted hotel. This is Boko, apparently. Now, it's given off one of my customers that come in, a real lovely lady, Rhonda, a Scottish lady, so this one might have a fiery temper in herself, but she actually kind of walks, and apparently she says mama as well, but we haven't managed to get her to do that. But she's hand knitted in a Versace at the moment. We've also got this one with a bit of a quiff going on. What would you call that? What's
I don't know, but the shot I've got right now is pretty...
it's a pretty dodgy haircut.
It's evil, man.
Yeah, we've got two new additions by The Mirror. No names for them, they were just found, basically. And a new one by The Doll With No Name.
Talking about that doll, it hasn't moved for weeks now. What is going on, Beatrix?
I don't know. I've no idea. In fact, I stayed in this room on Tuesday night and it stood solid all night. Woke up and it was absolutely fine. So,
why would you stay in this room?
I kind of felt like it. It was okay.
You're a bit of a daredevil,
Beatrix.
Beatrix.
Yeah, Danger's my middle name.
What's your middle name?
Stelios.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's
sorry, that's just my real name, so.
Stole the show there, didn't he?
Yeah. Danny, what's yours?
Not James.
Okay. Not Arnold, because then you'd be damn. No.
Whoa, that's amazing.
So on Tuesday night, Sue actually stayed in room 2, which was a bit of a risky move, I'm not going to lie, but she did message saying that she woke up, what time, Brett?
Around 5:30 in the morning, she said she woke up. We're not entirely sure why, we need to go down and check out what that was.
Yeah, obviously we'll include the footage if we capture anything on the audio, but Kilios, what is going on in this room?
Well, Sue left the can of iron brew of all drinks to leave behind.
Did she?
Yeah, she left the can of iron brew.
Of course she did.
Yeah,
Scottish.
What's going on with this room? I don't know, I keep referring back to Lady Snake. Has she done something in here? We need to really get her back, you know.
Well, I remember when we gave her like a walk around and she came into this room and she was picking up on all sorts of vibes, and you know, to be fair, we just kind of took it with a pinch of salt, didn't we, at first?
Yeah, of course. She came into this room and had the same reaction as a lot of people do, and is like almost like an instant terror.
Yeah.
Now, I know this room is painted to look a bit scary.
But that's what we thought, wasn't it, Brett? We thought they're seeing what it looks like and automatically making their own assumption on what's happening here, as opposed to what it actually feels like. But it's definitely living up to its name, isn't it, at the moment?
It is. One thing that most people might not know is this wall is connected to room 3. Now, this was put in, if you look at the front of the building, there's actually 3 windows on the very top floor, but there's actually 4 rooms. This window is shared with room 3. So I'm wondering if we're even missing stuff happening in room 3 during this, because this was one room.
Yeah.
I think we should spend a bit more time in room 3 seeing to work out whether it's just this room or is there something else happening in a wider space.
Could the mirrors be having anything to do with that? Because the mirrors are literally behind your head.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Having reviewed the footage from room 2 overnight, our cameras unfortunately didn't pick up on anything. And as we prepare for Thursday's investigation, we set up an experiment downstairs.
Okay guys, it is Thursday night at my haunted hotel and I've decided to arm 3 separate REM devices in the key areas downstairs, which is the red room, the old brothel and the function room, to see if we can get any interaction on any of them and try to pinpoint some of the activity that is going on down here. It's no secret we've heard babies crying, chairs moving, footsteps, everything in this section. It's important that we use devices like this to try and pinpoint specific areas.
It's nice and warm. Too warm if you ask me. What? Too warm. Not like me to take my coat off. I'm keeping it on in case we need to make a sharp exit. I'm going to get to check the torch. Ooh, what's in there? Hang on, let me get my torch. Oh my. Oh, shout. What? Shout. What? There's a thingy room. What? It's not. That is. That is. It's what? It's a secret room. Oh! Oh! Stop swearing.
So it's Thursday night, guys, at my haunted hotel. What's the names?
We've just said Louise and Michelle.
Louise and Michelle are in room 1. Newbies to paranormal, I think Michelle is it, who's been on one event before, 10 years ago. So I think we're going to have to coach them through it tonight. But really nice ladies. Staying in room 1, as I said, they'll have a good look round. Only 20 minutes has passed, so it's relatively quiet at the moment. Although we just got Danny with scare cam, which is so easy to do.
It's pretty easy, yeah.
And I'm a bit annoyed tonight. I know I haven't got my haunted hotel t-shirt on, but Danny's coming in his pyjamas.
I didn't realise it was a pyjama party. I just opened my PJs.
Yeah.
Just half an hour into Thursday night, and something crazy happens which we have never seen before. As all of a sudden, a huge surge in electromagnetic energy sets all the REM devices off. This is a very strange occurrence, And only 30 minutes later, another bizarre occurrence happens as our guests suddenly leave the location and our external camera spots them running from the building, almost in fear. This has never happened before.
So something strange just happened. The guests for tonight they gave each other a very strange look. They did not look okay, and then ran out the building.
No text message, no nothing. Just left us hanging.
Like they freaked out big time and just left.
Yeah, they left the walkie-talkie on by the coffee machine. I've just been up and turned all the lights off, had a look for them.
This was their room.
This was their room. They were staying in room 1 and they've gone. Someone else that couldn't hack it?
We have very rare occasions where rooms leave. We've had 2 leave because they were genuinely so scared, but the way those ladies left, they looked really freaked out as well because they were calling out actively.
Yeah, they were fine, but we don't think anything significant happened. We are only an hour in.
Yeah.
They came upstairs at 5 to 9. It's now only 5 past 10.
And literally on the outside footage, you see them running down the street. Now, whether that's because they didn't want us to face us and tell us, I don't know. But
very strange.
It'd be nice to be told, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there we go. That's an easy night, I guess, but we were really hoping to push these guys and see if we could get anything based on what we saw on Tuesday. But that's it. Maybe not everyone can hack it here. Be prepared if you come to My Haunted Hotel, you know? It's not your usual hotel. This is not an easy place to stay in.
It had been a peculiar week, but one thing is certain. The activity levels were back with a bang, literally. We would need to prepare for the following week, which would be our busiest yet, with guests staying Monday through to Thursday. Spooky season was just around the corner, and notoriously, this building is at its most active at the beginning of October. But until then, our work continues. We'll see you soon.